Okay, let's dive right in. Over just the last 24 hours, LA's South Bay has been an absolute whirlwind of business activity. We're talking huge new digital landmarks lighting up the sky, all the way to some really pivotal deals happening in the food and, yes, the space industries. It's a lot, so let's break it all down. So, we're going to kick things off in Gardena. On March 18th, this gigantic new digital canvas, they're calling it Nexus, officially flickered to life. It's right on the side of the Apollo South Bay Apartments, which, if you know the area, is at that super busy intersection of Crenshaw and El Segundo. You literally can't miss it. Now, you know something this big doesn't just appear out of nowhere. It takes a serious team. You've got the tech experts from S&A Displays, media partners Cavani handling the content, and of course, the real estate developers CityView and Stockbridge. It's this perfect storm of collaboration that creates a new landmark like this. And that really brings us to the big question, right? In a place as busy and dynamic as the South Bay, how does any company, whether you're making rockets or you're brewing non-alcoholic beer, actually cut through all that noise and get noticed? Well, for a lot of these companies, the answer is right in their own backyard. It's about leveraging local expertise. So we're going to look at a kind of playbook here, a set of services from creating unforgettable events to making killer video content to really connecting with the community that can help these companies turn headlines into actual sales. All right, let's see how this playbook actually works in the real world, starting with consumer goods. I mean, for any small brand, the battle to just get your product on a store shelf is huge, but getting it from the shelf into someone's shopping cart, that's a whole other level. And speaking of that, check out this move from the non-alcoholic beer brand Easy Does It. This is a game changer for them. They've gone from handling all their own distribution to signing a massive deal that puts them into a huge Southern California network. Suddenly, they're in places like Vons and Bevmo, right in front of millions of potential new customers. But here's the thing. Getting on the shelf is really just step one. The real magic is what comes next. Now, Easy Does It can run these cool pop-up tasting events right inside the stores to get people to try it. At the same time, they can hit you with super targeted video ads on your phone when you're literally near that store. It's a powerful 1-2 punch to drive sales. Okay, so from craft beer, let's shift gears to, well, literal rocket ships. We're talking about the industry that really defines this whole region. Aerospace and defense. And here, the numbers and the ambitions are just absolutely astronomical. I mean, just look at this number, $185 billion. That's the new projected cost for a critical national defense shield. And right at the very heart of it is El Segundo's own Millennium Space Systems, which just opened up a brand new production facility just for this project's high-tech sensors. This just gives you a sense of the insane, relentless pace out here. In a single day, you've got a giant like SpaceX hitting massive milestones. And at the exact same time, you have these up-and-coming startups like Varda expanding so fast, they're taking over iconic local buildings. The energy is just incredible. You see, for these aerospace companies, growth isn't just about selling a rocket part. It's about selling a story. Their success hinges on convincing the absolute best engineers to come work for them, securing huge investments, and keeping the public on their side for these incredibly complex missions. So how do you win that fierce war for talent? You don't just throw up a job posting. No way. You have to create these powerful, compelling stories through video and host amazing events that show the world why your company is the absolute best place to work on and maybe even off the planet. You know, business news isn't always about meteoric growth. Sometimes it's about navigating some pretty serious challenges. We're seeing that with a local food tech company, and it's a really interesting contrast to a massive new opportunity that's taking shape down at the Port of LA. El Segundo's Beyond Meat has found itself in the spotlight, and not for the best reasons. They've had to delay their big annual report, and the reason they gave was the need to look closer at their inventory numbers, citing this specific issue: a material weakness in their internal controls. For any company that's publicly traded, but especially for one that you see in your grocery store, moments like this are absolutely critical. It's make or break. The only path forward is to tackle these problems head on, with complete transparency to maintain the trust of your investors and your customers. So what do? Well, here's a proactive path forward. This 3-step strategy basically turns a huge challenge into an opportunity. It's a way to show you're accountable, to answer the tough questions face-to-face, and to double down on the community connection that made you successful in the first place. Now, on the flip side of that challenge, we have this massive new opportunity taking shape at the Port of LA. They've just picked a super high-powered team to build a brand new world-class cruise terminal. And yeah, that team includes a firm connected to the one and only Magic Johnson. And this is so important because a project this big isn't just about the port. It's a massive economic engine. Think about it, all the local restaurants, the shops, the hotels, the tour guides. Thousands of small businesses in the harbor area are going to feel the positive ripple effects from this. So when you step back and look at all of this, the billboard, the beer, the rockets, the financial reports, the cruise terminal, what's the one thing they all have in common? Every single one of these companies needs to tell a really, really compelling story. It's their ultimate competitive advantage. And the great news for all of them is that the toolkit to tell those stories already exists right here in the South Bay. Whether you need an unforgettable event, a powerful video, or a deep connection to the community, the expertise is here, ready to help them amplify their message and get real results. So that's the real question to think about. With all of this incredible momentum, which of these companies is going to be the best at telling their story? Because whoever does that best is the one who will likely define the next chapter for the entire South Bay. It's going to be fascinating to watch.